AMT VCC room. This room is designed to test different relays in the shortest possible time and in the form of using standard scenarios based on periodic testing regulation of Iranian power grid protection systems. You will see two windows by entering to the AMT VCC room. VCC panel, which is actually the main window for selecting functions and test management. VCC report view will show you the relay test report. Simply upload the default template to the desired relay. This will be done by selecting an icon with the letter L. These templates are available in two categories for each relay. In the Fast Test section, you will see a limited number of tests. For example, in Quick Test, there is no transient test. However, by selecting the other option, there will be a complete set of tests in front of you. As you can see, by loading the template, a variety set of tests for different functions will be in front of you. In the Notes section, you'll see available subcategories to test each function. In the Summary column, a summary of test status and whether it's successful or unsuccessful will be displayed. The three options of Inherit Extrio, Inherit Hardware Config, and Inherit Report Settings, by being active respectively, will make the user's chosen function inherit all settings from Extrio hardware settings and report settings. However, by disabling them, you can apply the settings to each one manually as you wish. The Open UI option will also allow you to manage the opening of the related window to each test. If you select Advanced View from the above section, more elements such as test window status, reporting status, test progress rate, and more will be observed. In the root subset, the Extrio file is located first. By selecting this option and clicking the Open option, you can upload the Extrio received from the relay, which annually fits the active function set. You can access the details by clicking on any other option and selecting Open. For example, by clicking Hardware Config File, you can view and edit the default hardware configuration for current and voltage injection, as well as inputs and outputs of the test device. The Start Note option, which is located before testing each function, also provides the user with explanations to guide the test further. In this section, you can enter the information that will guide the testman during the test. For example, you can place a note in the overcurrent protection function that indicates the overcurrent protection in your relay is an emergency type and can only be activated by blocking distance protection and can be tested. In the top part of the page, you can add or remove tests by clicking Add Item or Remove. For example, here we remove switch onto fault, recloser, and VTS tests due to the inactivity of these functions in our relay as well as the shortening of the testing process. In addition, you can make it possible to change settings or points by disabling Inherit Extrio. For example, for overcurrent protection, we applied settings manually and placed different points on the characteristic curve than those designed in accordance with Extrio. In the first stage of testing, wiring test is designed to check the current and voltage values injected from the device on the relay to ensure the correct wiring. Electrical test is another option that, with three states including pre-fault, fault, and post-fault, checks the relay conditions in different situations and ensures registering trip when a fault occurs. As mentioned above, a set of tests for different functions is designed in default template, but it is possible to remove, add, and manage the tests accurately for the user. In this way, you can determine the priority of performing different tests, disable some tests, and even more precisely specify which tests to do with what values and in what range. You can check how the test is designed by clicking on each test and selecting Open. For example, you can view or edit points on the characteristic by selecting Zone Reaches for the distance function. By running the test, you can check different functions. Finally, by right-clicking on the VCC report view window, you can have a complete management of the items that are going to be displayed in the report. For example, here we will perform the MyCam P444 relay test in AMT VCC room. In the configuration section, you can see the active or inactive status of the functions. In the subset group 1 of the settings, you can also see details about each function's settings and values. In the PSL relay section, we also configured the inputs, outputs, and LEDs for different functions. In the next step, we re-enter the AMT VCC room and first load the template related to the P444 relay. Now we prepare different function tests using the XTRIO file that we took from the relay in the previous step. By running the test, you can control the test of different functions step by step.